Since swapping our bricks and sticks for full-time RVing, the one consistency to our travels has been the vast difference of our experiences. We have found that the best experiences are those which surprise us. Our stay at Homolovi Ruins delivered this. It was everything we'd imagined our new RVing lifestyle would be. We are departing the Phoenix area and headed to Homolovi Ruins State Park in Winslow, Arizona. The location was selected to serve as a base for us to visit Petrified Forest National Park as we make our way to Colorado. It is late spring in Arizona, and our route is resplendent with wildflowers. The spring rains have rejuvenated the rural landscape. The desert marigold is an annual wildflower found throughout the desert, and in particular along roadsides. It can grow up to 2 feet tall and produces these wonderful yellow flowers on long gray stems. The area of Arizona where Petrified Forest resides has limited camping options available, and Homolovi is one of the best, if not the very best of these choices. For 3 nights, we paid $78.20, and for this, we received a very nice site which provided us electric and water. A dump station was also available on location. Homolovi Ruins State Park was established to protect the ruins of the ancient residents in this area. In particular, its sponsors aimed to stop the actions of the raiders pillaging the ruins and burial sites in order to collect prehistoric artifacts. The egregious impact of these raids can be seen in the holes and bits of ancient pottery strewn about the ruin sites. The area was formerly populated by ancient Pueblo people, and then later by the Hopi Nation. A river runs through the park and certainly served as the basis for why people chose to make this area their homes. The campground is located centrally within the park and is flanked by a visitor center and the 2 ruin sites. Roading throughout the park allows for easy access to the ruin sites because traffic within the park is very light. Some people have opted to ride bicycles to the ruin sites. I don't think this would be a preferred method when summer heat hits here. We are told that early residents likely made this location their winter home and traveled to the mountains in Flagstaff in the summer.
In other words, like you don't need to cut much more, just follow through. Perfect. Amazing. Perfect. Okay, wait. We don't want it to go too close over there, so let's get it to the passenger. Just a little, it'll be perfect. Come back, slowly, 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 stop, stop. Now come back slowly.
Come on, I wasn't going to hit you. Setup is complete when the table and chairs come out. Now it's time to start exploring the park. We venture over to the visitor center, where we come across a few surprises. The first is that the park is a telescope facility. I wonder if we can look through it. Secondly, there is a recreation of a Hopi home behind the center, and it was used to conduct tests to assess the impact of fire upon the structure. That's one of the questions that would never have occurred to me. The visitor center is small, but has some very interesting information about the Hopi peoples. I am particularly interested in the information about the Windtalkers, a group of individuals whose contributions significantly aided our victory in World War II. Sorry about the fuzzy focus. I debated not putting this in, but the information is so vital to the story, I had to include it. The ranger at the visitor center was an incredibly talented artist, and she conducted a detailed talk where she explained how she fabricates her pottery, and also provided a great deal of information into the Hopi family unit and its societal structures. Next, we explore some of the hiking within the park and venture to the former site of Fort Smith. This was a deployment of Mormons that attempted to establish an outpost in the area in the 1870s. By 1888, the fort was entirely abandoned, and eventually it was washed away. Today, all that remains are the grave markers to the people that perished in the effort to settle this remote location. Patty has very sharp eyes and picks up on things that I never see. Here, she's pointing out something that I would have totally missed.
The only thing that's really left is the
Cemetery itself.
area.
Oh, okay. I thought the fort was still. I mean, it did say it was washed away a couple of times. So they must have felt that they would do well in Utah, but not here. So I wonder why.
Patty is always interested in venturing into these cemeteries and reading the contents of the tombstones. She finds the contents very interesting. I, on the other hand, am equally reluctant to venture into these sites. Just can't explain it, but it feels sacrilegious.
Historic site, Sunset. This monument marks the cemetery and vicinity of the site of Sunset, a Mormon pioneer settlement founded by Lot Smith in March of 1876. The settlers, part of a colonization group called From Utah to Arizona by Brigham Young.
Heading out to the ruins, we first sight a herd of donkeys. This seems entirely appropriate for the type of creature that would take up residence here. They are smart, stubborn, and tough. All the qualities necessary to make it here. They also know to stay away from humans, and we never get closer than this to them. There are two locations which preserve the former living spaces of the Hopi people. The first one we visit is beyond the visitor center, and this is considered site number 2. The structures here are in better standing and allow seeing the areas which individual families occupied. Still, the scars of raiding are quite evident, as mounds of soil surround deep holes, and they are everywhere. Also present are shards of pottery. The Hopi say the broken pottery and stones are now part of the land and are the trail that Bahana will follow when he returns. If you choose to follow us here, inspection of the materials is acceptable, but do not take anything away from the sites. A second site, which is labeled number 1 in the park map, is closest to the campsite. The contents of the site are more strewn about and probably reflect the impact of farmers grazing their livestock upon the landscape.
actual rocks.
Yeah, but those are definitely artifacts.
As daylight receded into nighttime, the remoteness takes hold and quiet tranquility replaces the day's activities with warming oneself over a fire. Every one of the sunsets we experienced was amazing. But what was a pleasant surprise was how dark the park was at night, and it provided a very nice opportunity to capture images of the night sky. Thank you for joining us as we visited Homolovi State Park, where we also visited the Petrified Forest National Park. I will post a link to that video as soon as I complete and upload it. If you liked this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you again, and have a great day.